Hi my dear students, welcome to my biology class. Today we are going to begin a new chapter, how do organisms reproduce? Let me ask one question. Is reproduction a life process? No, it is not a life process as it is not required to maintain the life. So what are the life processes? The life processes are those which help to maintain the life, such as nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. All those are required to maintain the life, while reproduction is not essential to maintain life. Then why do organisms reproduce? The organisms reproduce to maintain the continuity of the species. Then what is reproduction? Reproduction is a process by which the organisms produce their young ones, or it's a process by which the species is continued. Then what is the significance of reproduction? Reproduction enables the perpetuation or the continuity of the species. Now we the human species are here on the earth because of this reproduction. So reproduction enables the continuity of the species. Living organisms exhibit different types of or different modes of reproduction. Do all organisms produce similar copies of their young ones? No. The young ones are dissimilar in their shape, size and structure. How it happens? It's because of variation. So, variation of the characteristics can be seen among the young ones. How do we get all the characteristics from our parents? We get the characteristic features from our parents through genes. So genes are the unit of inheritance. Where are these genes located in the cell? Those are located in the nucleus in the form of chromatin thread. You listen here. Look at the eukaryotic cell has a typical nucleus with a chromatin thread or chromatin network. This chromatin network is made up of what? DNA and a protein. DNA and protein. This DNA has both functional segments and non-functional segments. Functional and non-functional segments. The functional segments are known as what? Genes. So genes are the unit of what? Inheritance. That means we acquire or we inherit the characteristic features from our parents through the genes only. Do all organisms create exact copies of themselves? No, not at all. In the case of unicellular organism, it will happen, but in the case of multicellular organism, it will not happen. For example, human beings, we are not the exact copies of our parents. So how do we get the characteristics from our parents? We get the characteristics from our parents through the genes. How is it possible? It is possible by a specific process called DNA copying. So before we study about DNA copying, we must know which are the different types of cell division that take place in living body. Now let us familiarize with all those processes. Now let's study how the DNA copying takes place in the living organism. DNA copying takes place during the cell division. So organisms grow by cell division. The two major cell divisions that are occurred in the living organisms are mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis. Okay, mitosis is a specific type of cell division that takes place in the somatic body parts. It takes place in the somatic body parts. That means other than reproductive organ, the parts of the body other than reproductive cell or reproductive organ. While the meiosis take place in the reproductive cells. Mitosis is an equational division. It is an equational division while meiosis is a reduction division. It's a reduction division. Now we can study the differences between the mitosis and meiosis. In the mitosis, let's begin from the cell. Here it's a cell with its chromatin material. I have told you that chromatin material consists of DNA and protein. The chromatin material condenses to form chromosomes during the cell division. Here the chromatin material condenses to form chromosome at the time of cell division. See, DNA copying takes place in the nucleus to the chromatin material so that the chromosomes look as X-shaped structures. Got it? With the two sister chromatids. These are chromatids with the same set of genes. So that means this is the copy of this one. Suppose see, if it has a gene like suppose A and B, the another copy also will have the similar genes. So same copy of gene will be produced. That is DNA copying. Similar copy of genes will be produced and is found as what? These are called as sister chromatids. Sister chromatids. How do organisms receive these chromosomes? They receive these chromosomes from their parents. So that when we consider one pair, one is from father and another from the mother. So that each pair is from father and mother. Okay, so that that we can see the duplicated structure of the chromosome, duplicated structure of the gene. So the chromatids, the sister chromatids will be segregated during cell division, separated like this, so that when it produces new daughter cells, that each daughter cells carry the similar number of chromosome that the cell possesses at the first. Look at here, this cell possesses one pair of blue chromosome and one pair of red chromosome. For understanding easily, I have used the color. So that here also you can look at the same number of chromosomes, the same kind of chromosome will be present in the daughter cells. This is the way mitosis take place in the living organism's body. As it takes place in the somatic part of the body, it helps in the growth of the living organism. Here what can we understand? The same number of chromosome is maintained in the daughter cells. So it is an equational division. That means a copy of cells are formed. This is the original cell. From here the copy of cells are formed with the same amount of genetic material. That means the same number of chromosome. That happens in the mitosis. Mitosis can be seen in the single celled organism and also in living organism body only in the somatic parts. Did you get it? So when we go to the meiosis, meiosis is a specific type of cell division which is observed in the reproductive cell of sexually reproducing organism including human beings. So let us consider one cell with the chromatin. That means suppose that chromatin will be condensed to form two pairs of chromosome at the time of cell division. So here what happens? Here also DNA copying take place. Because of DNA copying, the chromosomes looks like a tetrad, that a paired X-shaped structure. Here also you can observe two pairs of chromosome. So here there are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is the reduction division. That means if the parent cell has two pairs of chromosome, the daughter cell will have only one pair of chromosome. So one from each pair is received over here, so that the daughter cell will have one red and one green. That can be observed over here. Next is meiosis 2. It is exactly like a mitosis. So the chromatids segregate like this. Okay, it will be separated so that that chromatid get into each daughter cell. So from red one here, from green also one here. See, each cell has a half set of chromosome. Here you look at the parental cell, so one pair, that means one pair of red and one pair of green. Here only one of the red chromosomes and one of the green. One from each pair is received by the gamete. So these are haploid cells. Haploid cells means 4 number of haploid cells are produced from a diploid cell. Diploid cell means the chromosomes look like pairs, so that it is diploid in structure. The haploid cells are produced in this case. Here what happens here also, because of DNA copying, the exact copies of daughter cells will be produced. So in both cases DNA copying is very essential. It must take place in high accuracy, in a definite pattern, then only it produces the exact copies of cell with a particular number of chromosome. Got it? So that the young ones receive the characteristic, the genes of the characteristics from their parents. Then what would happen if there is any error occur during this cell division, during the DNA copying? That results in variation. The errors in DNA copying may lead to variations in the living organisms. Variations. Got it? So variations may lead to evolution. So variations can be useful or harmful. Some variations are visible in the progeny, some variations are not visible in the progeny. Then what is the significance of DNA copying? The consistency in DNA copying ensure the body designs in the species. That means it transmits the characteristic features of the parents to young ones. It will be continued from generation to generation. So it helps in the survivability of the species. But some variations are useful and harmful. So let us take one example of bacteria that live in temperate waters. The temperature varies according to the environmental condition because of greenhouse effect and global warming. So that when temperature rises in the particular environment or habitat, what may happen? Most of the bacteria may die because they cannot tolerate high temperature. But some of them may survive there. So how can a few bacteria survive there? Because they have some useful variations in them. Those are known as variants. As they have useful variations in their body, they are able to survive in that particular environmental condition. They can tolerate the temperature. So that it has a great significance. Variation has a great significance in the case of evolutionary aspects. Anyway, the useful variation leads to the survival, helps to the survival of the species, while the harmful variation may lead to the production or the appearance or expression of genetic deformities or genetic abnormalities in the living organisms. When the process of reproduction becomes fruitful in living organism, it will be fruitful when all processes take place in an order without any error or mistake. Got it? So reproduction helps in the maintaining of species. At the same time, it maintains the correct number, that actual number of chromosomes in the progeny by DNA copying. Because just before I have explained about meiosis. Meiosis helps in the production of gametes, the male gametes and the female gametes in the living organisms to make sure the total number of chromosomes in the progeny. For example, we the human beings are sexually reproducing organisms. Our normal chromosome number is 23 pairs, but the gametes that are produced in the human body carries only half set of chromosomes. For example, the male gamete sperm carries only 23 chromosomes, while the ovum also carries 23 chromosomes. They will reunite at the time of fertilization. This particular process, fertilization, happens at the time of reproduction. That is one of the events in reproduction. So reproduction ensures what? The number of chromosome, that maintains the number of chromosome in the progeny, so that we receive 23 pairs of chromosome from our parents, 50% genetic material from the father, another 50% from the mother, so that we have received 23 pairs of chromosome. So we have got all the characteristic features. Some are similar and some are different characteristic features. Reproduction also stabilizes the death rate and the birth rate of the population. That means a particular number of organisms are developed by reproduction process only. If more number of individuals are died from the population, the number of individuals decreases in the population could be wiped out gradually. If reproduction happens normally, the new number of individuals will be added to that particular population, so it maintains stability of population in a particular species. Got it? So reproduction has great significance in the life of living organism. I hope you have understood the topic well. With this, I conclude my session. Then thank you and have nice moments.